Hi guys, I want to talk about why we avoid God and running to Him in problems and difficulties in our happy time, but just in general in life, why we avoid God or forget about Him or get distracted or go to other things instead of God when we're tempted, when all that stuff is happening. Uh, I'm at work right now doing these cabinets over here. Those are sanded already, sanding down all the. I stripped the lacquer and sanding them, and I'm gonna repaint them. But this is a topic I wanted to cover. Just a quick aside, in case you're wondering where I'm at. The reason why. Let me bring an illustration first. If you are, I brought this one up before. If you're in a great relationship with your spouse, and something goes wrong in your life, don't you want to go and you're in a great relationship with her or him? Don't you want to run to her and tell her what's going on so that you can, you know, have somebody to carry that burden with, or to get her advice, or to get comforted, or, whatever it is? Or if you are going through a very happy moment, something happened, don't you want to go and share with him or her right away what happened and how awesome and great it is that you're experiencing this? When you're sad, and again, I'm talking about a perfect relationship where, she's going to respond the way you want her to and all this other stuff. Well, God is this way. He is perfect, and He is good, and He is loving, and He wants a relationship with us, and He knows perfectly how to react to how we are in a way that is perfect and good all the time. So the reason, and we might understand this with our mind, right? Reading God is love and all this stuff. But emotionally, we do not understand it. And for this reason, while our mind tells us we should do this, emotionally, we don't feel like coming to God. Emotionally, we feel like going to other things. And the number one reason behind this is our baggage, is our background, it's our environment we were raised in, our parents, people of authority, usually the person of authority in your life, like your father, mother, teacher, counselor, or guardian. The way they treated you automatically reflects on what you feel, not think, feel about God. So if you were raised in a family where anytime you did something wrong, your mom or dad would go out on you and say you did this wrong, and you would feel unaccepted and like, I can never do anything right. You would feel this way before God when you break God's commandment or something like that. Automatically you will feel like God is unhappy with you, that He wants to punish you, or He will withdraw from you because of this. Not realizing that's not the case. That's not the truth. He will not withdraw from you because all sins have been paid for by Jesus Christ, and He's accepting you. When you sin and fall, He is the parent that says, oh, you failed there? Come on, here, I'll teach you how to do this correctly. Or, don't despair. It's not a big deal. I'll show you how to do it right. And that's just one example. And it could be, extrapolated to very many things that you acquire from your parents. If your parents were very strict, you feel like God is very strict with you. If your parents had a lot of regulations at home on how you should live your life, or were overburdening and controlling of you, you would think God is the same way. He's overburdening and controlling you all the time. And you just feel like it's way too much pressure, even though God's not this way. I have a relationship with God, and the way He leads with the Spirit is He only tells me things when I'm open to them. If I'm going to resist, He's not even going to tell me. He never pushes or forces me to do something I don't want to do. And so I may be miserable, and He might have a way to help me in my misery, but if I'm not open to accepting it, if I'm so prideful, He lets me get to rock bottom and humble me that I would say, I'm ready for it, and I get rescued. But if I'm open all the time and humble, He can give it to me right away. And so for these reasons, these are just some examples, and you could sit down and write out, maybe you are afraid that God might take something away from your life that's very valuable to you if you don't follow Him, or if you sin. And that may be because your parents, the way they punished you when you did something wrong, is taking something valuable away from you, and so on. This could be, we can talk about this all day, about the things that you can feel about God. And so for this reason, when you're down, the reason you don't run to Jesus, to God, is because you feel like He won't accept you. And you got this feeling from a person of authority in your life. So my biggest recommendation, or kind of encouragement to you, is when you are going through things, think about your feelings, where they're coming from, and pray about this and actually work on changing how you feel. Remind yourself, God isn't this way. He's ready to accept me. Or when you're lonely or bored, say, God is waiting to speak with me. Imagine a perfect father, perfect in all his ways, or a perfect mother, or a perfect relationship. That's how Jesus is towards you. That's how God is towards you. That's the truth of the matter. So just wanted to encourage all of you to not rely on your feelings and emotions, but let the truth, remind yourself of the truth and refocus your feelings on what is true, so that your feelings will draw you to God all the time, and you will have unceasing prayer, and you would desire it, and you would feel His presence, because your feelings have been restored to where they should be, instead of the deceptive direction they were pointed because of false persons of authority in your life who gave you a false image of God because of the way you transfer that to Him. So God bless you. I hope this helps. Bye-bye.